apparently. So apparently we're doing a skeleton argument. But now, if you're not legally inclined, you might think a skeleton argument is just two anorexic blokes having a row. But no, this is a legal talk for here's the bare bones of why you're full of it. Shit. But today we're talking about a different kind of skeleton, the emotional kind. You know, the one that's been rattling around inside your soul since 1997, wearing your dad's voice and shouting, "You'll never amount to anything." Every time you try and do something new, that's what you get. But yeah, that one, the one I'm talking about. Yes, that one. You'll never amount to anything. That's the one. Let's talk about what's actually driving your misery. People go, "I'm stressed because my manager micromanages me." No, you're not. You're stressed because you're still blaming people for how you feel, like you're 5 years old and someone stole your Pokemon cards. Let's get it straight. 99% of your negative emotions, blame. That's it. That's the real skeleton in the courtroom. Not your boss, not your partner, not your childhood. Well, okay, maybe a little bit of your childhood. But the rest, that's on you. It's like this massive emotional tree you've been lugging around, like some haunted houseplant. You want a trauma bingo. And the branches, resentment, rage, passive-aggressive texts that start with, "I just find it funny how," leaves, silent treatments, group chat rants while cleaning the oven, and the trunk, that big, thick bit keeping the whole thing alive, blame. So what can you do about it? You can cut it down. You can grab your metaphorical axe and give it a sarcastic name, something like accountability, and start chopping. Not with therapy jargon, not by staging in the moon cycle and screaming into a cushion. No. You start by owning your bit. And step one, there's a few steps to this. Step one, catch yourself mid-blame. Someone cuts you off in the traffic, right? You're sat there, frothing at the mouth, shouting, "You fucking idiot," like you're auditioning for Grand Theft Auto Croydon. But pause, breathe, and ask, did that person actually ruin my day? Or did I hand it to them with a little bow on top? Because truth is, you were already wound up. You've been walking around like an unpopped blister all morning, and that guy in the Micra just poked it. Separate the event from the emotion. Same event, different you equals different response. One day, imagine this, you're sat, you're late, your dog's sick, your partner's left the milk out again, you hit traffic, and you're swearing like a drunk pirate. Next day, you woke up early, meditated for 5 minutes, or sat in silence and checked Twitter, same thing. Had eggs and toast and told your kid you loved them, same traffic, same time, same delay. You're unbothered. You're like Beyonce in a Ford Fiesta. Now, the traffic didn't change, you did. Negative emotions don't live out there. They live in here. And then they migrate up here. And then they explode out your mouth as some poor barrister tries to explain they've run out of oat milk. Step 3, clean up the emotional habits. Negative emotions are sneaky little kids. They hang around like little exes at your wedding. And when you make blame a habit, you start building your entire personality around it. You become that person who always has drama. That person who just tells it like it is. And in translation, socially corrosive. That person who thinks everyone else is the problem. And the only thing they're the victim of is their own decisions. But they've never noticed. You've got to sweep all that up. Change your emotional diet. Less blame, more radical ownership. Own that shit. Radical ownership is just a fancy way of saying, even if it's not my fault, it's my responsibility. Step 4, choose the upgrade. Blame is the default mode. It's the Windows 95 of the human psyche. Slow, full of bugs, and crashes every time someone mentions their ex. But you can upgrade. You can rewire, and you can actually choose how you respond. Someone says something rude to you, you don't have to go nuclear. You could nod, smile, and think, well, someone didn't hug you enough as a child, did they? That's growth, that's peace, and that's power. And step 5, this is really important. Burn the tree. Make s'mores. Once you cut down the blame tree, burn it. Use it for warmth. Use it for jokes. Use it to toast the marshmallows of emotional resilience. Sit by the fire and tell stories like, remember when I used to spiral for 3 days because someone didn't text me back? Now I just assume they died and carry on with my day. And that's progress. And I'll leave you with this. Next time you're angry or bitter or acting like a boiled ham in public, don't ask, who did this to me? Ask, what part of me let this take root? Because no one makes you feel anything. You do that all by yourself. So stop blaming, take the axe, chop the tree, make peace, have a marshmallow, and for God's sake, stop shouting at strangers in traffic. They can't hear you.